Hello, what's going on, people? Okay, let me back up off the mic because last time I have to apologize for last time because it was my first podcast, so like I went and listened to it like a couple times. I'm not gonna say how many times, and and I was like, holy crap! Why does it sound like I'm in like a jet propeller, like of an airplane, like a large airplane? Like I sound. And then I sound like I swallowed the microphone and I'm, broadcasting from like my insides. Like it was just so loud. So sorry. I'm backing off it. I actually lowered the equalizer a little bit because I'm not a loud talking person. Like I'm a really like soft spoken person and I'm a really quiet person. I usually, it takes a while for me to open up and start going on. Um, But I am very straightforward. I'll tell you. I like to be as clear as possible. It's not like I don't like talking to people. I just don't like saying the same thing over and over. Like come on, let's just get it through once. Let's use our words. We're at a level in our society, and I think our intellectual knowledge base is up there now. Like we should be able to communicate exactly what we're saying and feeling and thinking very clearly with each other. I mean, that's where we should be as a society. And I know a lot of countries are not, they're not lucky like us. They're not advanced enough to be able to have an education system as high as ours. Um, So shout out to everybody trying and everybody, you'll get there. We'll get there. But we are. So we need to, use what you got. That being said, I don't like confrontation. I don't like making a big scene. And I'm gonna start it off with something that happened to me at McDonald's. Yes, I go to McDonald's. I love McDonald's. I'll tell you right now, I'm a big fan of their like a Starbucks version of a frappe, I don't know what they call it. I get it almost every other day. I was getting it every day. I had to like cut back on that because I was like, dude, too much. So, anyways, I'm getting my thing. This time I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go in. I want to stretch my legs. I wanted to go inside the McDonald's and get my food. So I go in there. Got my smile posted. I get my food, and I didn't even order on the kiosk. They have the kiosk there where you don't even got to deal with the people. You just like, nah. I was like, no, let's see how everybody's doing today. Oh, what's going on? Let me get my, whatever, my frappe. I think it's called a frappe or something. My blended iced mocha drink. And then let me get a McGriddle with, everything. No extras, but everything. And I wasn't feeling anything else, I'm not the type to eat more than, or order more than I should, because I don't like wasting food. So, back to the story. I kid you not. This is not made up. I have never had this happen in my life, but I felt it was podcast worthy, especially since this is like a boardcast. Like, I was just bored, and I was like, This lady stops me. She's like, excuse me, sir. I'm at the door. I turn around. She grabs my food out of my hand. And she goes, excuse me, sir, this is not yours. And then I was like, what? I was like, I was like, wait, is this not mine? Because she did it with such authority. Like, just turn around. Pow! Give me your food. And I was like, what? I was like, oh my God. And then she turned back around. She goes, I'm sorry. And then hands it back to me. And just goes, I'm sorry. Doesn't make eye contact. No eye contact. Just like it's all good. I'm out. Go ahead. I was like, well, I was so mad, but like I said, no, I'm not trying to make a scene here, dude. Like, that's not me. So I go back in my car and I'm just like, I sit down, I start drinking my frappe, cool down, and I'm like, what just happened? What just happened? What just happened? Because I have my food. I'm good. I'm in the driver's seat. I'm good. I'm good. But what just happened? Like, should I be mad? I should be mad, right? And see, I'm not the type of person. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something. And I know what you guys are already thinking. You're like, oh, he went up in there. Oh, he did it. No. I got on Yelp. This is what I do. I'm like, the service was unsatisfactory. I'm sorry. This is the new day and age. That's how you deal with stuff. You don't gotta go up in there slapping and clapping and making a big scene. Just let everybody know you're pissed off. You got your food jacked. You got your food jacked out of your hand, but hey, you gotta put it back right away. Yeah. Anybody have a story like that? That was pretty intense. Whenever, I'm gonna get this light off. It's stupid. Nobody even watching me. Whenever something like physically happens, I think it's a big deal. You're like, oh, somebody popped in my bubble, and especially when you're putting yourself out there, and you're like, I'm just gonna see how people are today. I'm in a good mood. I'm getting McDonald's, frappe. I mean, you're in a good mood if you're doing that. It's just kind of shocking. It's like, dang, man. And I could see she had like a special badge on too. Like something was, she was like up there. At least assistant manager. I was like, you guys got to do something about this training. Something about the training. And I'm going to roll right into the next one with the training aspect. Because let's talk about the EDD. I'm ready to crack on the EDD. The last podcast, I cracked on the DMV, which they deserve it. They totally deserve it. They had me in there like it was just way too long. You heard the story. So, I mean, I'm not even going to go back into it. Let's go back to the EDD. What's the last story I read on my news feed? Because this one was it was criminal. It was criminal. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't even got to find it. I remember. EDD links something like it was in the billions. If not in the billions, it was in the tens of millions. It was over that. It was in the billions of pretty much the majority of fraud that's been going on in the EDD to undermine them and get, tons of money from them has been from this hacker group I'm not even going to say it, but pretty much, I'm not going to say it because I don't know it. I don't remember it. It's not that, like, it's, like, some kind of controversy. No, I don't care. I'll say it if I knew it. I can't remember it. I'll be straight honest. So, pretty much they linked the majority of the fraud that's been going on against the EDD to get money from them. They linked it to a sophisticated group of hackers in this area. And they've taken a massive amount of money from the EDD, which, like, if you think about it, it's like, okay, they got caught. Like, who cares? They got caught. Like, why are we even talking about it? Nah, it's not even about that. It's about the people who are in the wake of it. Like, okay, it's like a plane crashes. We found out the pilot was drunk. All right, he's either dead or arrested. But what about everybody that just got ran over? Like, boom, when it crashed. It's like, what about all the people that are suffering for it? It's just like, what? This is a year and a half deep. That's how deep we are in the pandemic. So, like, that whole time, people have been, like, waiting. They've been stuck. And I'll be honest, I was on unemployment for a good, like, 6 months. I want to say, if you spread it out, like, put it together, all the months that I used it. And I never had to wait. I got in. It was they got my my information. I'm happy with them. I'm happy with them. I'm happy with my service, but I'm reading these stories like, dang, that could have been me. And even the thought of being in the situation makes me sick. I'm like, oh damn, like, oh my god, am I gonna have to go back on this? Am I gonna have to fill this out again? Am I gonna have to? What if I end up in this section or this group of people who's like living out their cars? And I think I touched on that last time. I was like, I did hear about people living out of their cars, and I was like, that's messed up. Like, that they're still waiting on money that's being, pretty much siphoned from this group of people. And how are they ever going to pay? Like, okay, you put them in prison, you catch them. How are they ever going to pay back all those people? It's not going to happen. All right, so let's get through the depressing part of this podcast, and let's go to the next part, because I do have I was reading something. I'm gonna bring it up on Angel's WhatsApp right now, because I can't remember the specifics of it, but I did text him. I was like, dude, look at this, and I broke it down to him. Okay, that was before we hung out that time. That's me ranting about Tyrese. Okay, and then that's him sending me a picture of a Crunch bar. Oh, that's how good a buzz we are. Like, he even sends me like snapshots of stupid shit he's doing, or stupid stuff he's doing, and I'm like, dude, I don't care if you went to the store and got a Crunch bar. I mean, I'm happy for you. Let me take that back. I am happy for you. But check this out. Boom. And then I messaged him something like super insightful. Like, alright, I'm getting close to it. A supermassive, oh man. Yeah, I text this dude way too often. Okay. A supermassive black hole swallows. This is the second time in 10 days that NASA has seen on their scopes or whatever a supermassive black hole pretty much colliding with a planet that's collapsing, like I think you'd call it like a white dwarf or something. So I was like, dude, isn't that like all right, check it out. These planets that collapse, they get like condensed into super heavy smaller planets. Pretty much, all right. It collapses into like a 4 to 6 mile planet. 6 miles. You're like, 6 miles? That's nothing, John. Like our planet's how many miles? Like, okay. But if you took a matchbox size of weight from that planet, a matchbox size, it would weigh 600 million tons. Okay, now we're talking 6 miles of that. 6 miles. Okay, just a matchbox worth of weight weighing 600 million tons. And then you're, multiplying it by 6 miles, and then it goes into a black hole. What the hell? That's gonna come back and like create a galaxy or something, like, or a universe, like a whole universe in itself. It's just ridiculous. And he's like, yeah, so anyway, I got like a special on 3 Crunch bars when I went to the 7-Eleven, dude. I'm like, okay, you didn't hear what I said? He's like, yeah, I heard it. I'm like, oh my god, my mind just like collapsed. Anyways, we're at the end of our session here, I guess. Yeah, that's my 15 minutes. I hope you guys weren't too bored. Call.